Hey guys, welcome to another video on Brand Advice where we talk about business and finance. My name is Bharat and in this video I'm going to show you my business curve. You know that I've been doing business since 2017 and the first years I was based in Germany. I registered my business there. Then afterwards I was also able to hire an intern, then hire her as a full-time employee, and then afterwards in the end I ended up moving in Romania. But how did the business grow during those years? That is something I'm going to reveal to you in this video with the exact numbers. So in this video I'm going to show you the actual numbers and I'm going to show you what was the story behind all of those numbers so that you can understand that a bit. And you can also understand that when you're starting the business, sometimes till things pick up, it can take a while. So you shouldn't be discouraged. And how exactly it worked out for me, let's jump on the whiteboard for that. So my business growth curve. There were a few specific numbers that I'm going to share with you like towards the end, but here on the bottom we have the years 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 is the prognosis, so what we are expecting right now, and 2020 we have already covered, so like all of those numbers we know. So we start with the very first year, which is 2017. Now I registered my business in October in 2017. That means I essentially just had a few days in October, November and December, so 2.5 months to actually make any kind of sales. And also because the business was just starting, like it wasn't that much. So here, if I would show you the very first year, I only made around 2,000 euros in sales. Now, the story here was because I had to buy a lot of equipment and things like that. The actual amount that came out was actually a loss of like 900 euros or something. But still, it is completely fine because in the starting, maybe you have to get a laptop, you have to get a camera whatsoever, you have to like, show some business expenses. And the nice thing is if you show business expenses, you get some tax money back from the state, especially when you're doing a full-time employment because there your taxes are getting deducted as wage tax. But then afterwards, if you have a side business, you had some kind of business expenses, you have a loss, and that reduces your tax burden and you get some taxes back. So in 2017, the number that we are taking a look at is around 2,000 euros. That's what I made in 2.5 months. Then afterwards in 2018. 2018 was an interesting year because a lot of things changed at that time. It was the first year when I was able to do a full year of sales. It was also the year when I launched my online course, the first online course that I ever made, complete course for studying in Germany, which helps out students from different nationalities to study in German public universities. I know there are so many education consultants who just like, get their referral fee and try to send students to private universities. But I found that very shady because I studied in a public university myself. And I know that you can also give guidance to people without any biases in the end. That's why I also have paid consulting sessions. I don't have free consulting sessions where I try to like bring you into some place or the next. I have paid so that, of course, I'm paid for my time, but I can give you my completely honest advice. So this is a business model that I followed and it has worked out very, very well so far. People really appreciate the honesty and I'm planning to like, keep continuing this in the future. So 2018 was that. Also in this year, I was shifting from my civil engineering program, which I was doing my master's in. So my master's was technically in structural engineering. And then afterwards, I shifted from structural engineering to international management and engineering in TU Hamburg. It was a very nice master's program. The kind of professors I met in the university were amongst the best. So I have no complaints there. And also, I think like changing this course was such a vital role. Now I'm like making this video and like looking back in actually like increasing the sales, because if I would have stayed in structural engineering and never really focused on marketing and never really done my master thesis in marketing, I would have never really grown my sales at all. So 2018 was that we shifted and the numbers for 2018 was 21,000 euros. So then afterwards 2019 happened, and in 2019 was the year when I had to submit my master thesis. And of course, I was thinking like, why should I take just any other topic? Why shouldn't I take the topic of doing the master thesis on my own business? And my first business was Bharat in Germany. Brandwise didn't exist at that time. Faster German didn't exist at that time. IELTS Crash Course Online didn't exist at that time. And like Better Jobs in Germany, we have like so many projects going on. None of these brands existed at that time. Now I have like 5-6 different brands that I'm managing right now and I'm super happy about it. But at least at that time, it was just PIG. And I said, if I have one brand, I want to do the master thesis on this brand so that I can learn something about myself. Plus, the data will be more readily available because I just have to take a look inside of my records, like what's going on there. So that panned out very well. And I think many of you know the story that towards then, I think it was June or July. I think June. And in June, I was like, it's just 3 or 4 months left for my master thesis submission. And I have no idea like how I'm going to make it work, because the topic of my master thesis was increasing sales of digital products by marketing 4.0. And the sales were not increasing. That meant if that does not happen, my master thesis, like, it is pretty much a failure. You can also like turn it around and say, yeah, this was also a result. That is like you did few things and this did not work out. So this could be like, a result, but again, it would have been a major flop. This way, I was like, there is something at stake, and that is my master thesis, and that in turns will be affecting what kind of grades I will have overall in my masters. So I was like, I need some help. I need to figure out how do I actually make this run. Started doing my research, came across a few business coaches, and some of them were like pretty shady. So I was like, nah, not going with them. But then I found a decent one who was relevant for me in that situation. Although I did not agree with everything he said, because he wasn't able to understand the market that I was in. His main ideas was just like keep on increasing the price of the product and like you will get more and more revenue and stuff. But like towards the end, when I see now, like it was like one of the advices which really didn't work out, and we had to like go back on that. That was that. But otherwise, he really taught me a lot of nice strategies. I was able to open my mindset to a completely different way of thinking, and that really helped out. And the results I also saw in 2019. So if you take a look at 2019, I already jumped above 60,000. So this was 64,000 euros that I made in 2019. This was, I think, one of the, nicest, let's say, feeling that I had so far, because when I was starting my business, I think I started doing YouTube in January 2017. But till the time you get money from YouTube, it can take a few months. So I got the money first time, I think, in August. And when I registered my business in October, I was able to register it backwards, because the money that I got from YouTube was just 80 euros or something in like, I think, 5 or 6 months. So combine it, I just got 8 euros. So that was nice, and I was able to do it backwards. So no problems there. But otherwise too, if you're earning less money until 256 euros, you do not have to register a business. But if you're earning more than 256 euros in a year, then you have to register a business. Very important thing that you have to keep in mind. So that worked out well, but I will tell you that at the time when I was starting out my business, I had absolutely zero idea that I will be able to like scale it to a point where I'm making like full-time income from that. And it was also very difficult for me to like focus on my side business on YouTube, on like, making online courses and everything. Because if you take a look here, like you can see from 2017, like I came to Germany in 2016 till end of 2019. Essentially, I was just busy during my master. So I was not able to focus full time on the business at all. But still, I was able to manage it just fine, and I'm like, happy about it. But looking back, the master thesis I did, that really changed things for me. I think in total it was 108 pages, but in the master thesis, you're supposed to write 60 pages and all of the rest were like attachments, but it was still very nice. I'm having my coaching clients, so to them, I also give my master thesis so that they can read through it. They can understand like how important a few different tactics are and how it can really boost the scales, especially with email marketing and everything. Nah? So 2019 was that story, and 2020 and 2021, like things just completely blasted. So in 2020, we made around 296,000 euros in a year, which was just absolutely crazy. This was something that I was again like not exactly expecting, but like it developed in a way that I was like, okay, this was something I wasn't expecting, because otherwise I would have decided to move to a different country or something already. And also because of the entire pandemic, I was like, this is such unsure times. I don't know how things are going to work out, but we did well. And things worked out pretty nicely. Then in 2021, the prognosis that we have so far is at around 600,000 euros in a year. But we are going to see like how things develop, because again, it's just been 4 months, and maybe like, things get better, things get worse. I have no idea at all, but this is the goal that I would like to have, that we are like able to reach that at least sometime in the future. And like I said, from June, we are starting the coaching program for anybody who wants to grow their business on Brandavise. So if you're interested, fill out the Google form given in the description below. And if you want to just get on a call or something, you can also do that with the link given in description. So if you take a look at the entire curve, and I can like quickly draw it up for you with different kind of vectors. So you take a look at this, was pretty small growth. Then afterwards you have this, was also like not bad. Then afterwards, we have the next curve going from 2019 to 2020. And the next vector that we are expecting is like this one. And if you take a look at the numbers, if in 2017 in just 2 months I made around 2,000 euros, it should have been, let's say in a conservative way, at around like 8,000 or something for an entire year. So if you take a look at the first one, we had a 4x at least, I think. Yeah, 3x in the starting. So from 2017 to 2018, we had a 3x. Then afterwards, here we also had a 3x. And then in this one, we almost had a 5x. So that was like definitely like something that we were not expecting. And then here, if like things go nicely, we should be expecting a 2x to at least like 600,000 euros, because the thing is, the bigger the business grows, the more things you need to kind of, really multiply it every single year. I hope you learned something from this. All of the links for this you will find in the description below for the appointment and all of the other things. And if you have any kind of questions, let's jump on a call. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.